Good day everyone, I am Alin Pa, and today I'm going to be discussing to you a very important topic in which all of us can reflect and can relate to. So I am talking about the genres of literature. But before we delve into this topic, let us first define on what is literature. What is literature? These are written works that are considered to be very good and have long-lasting importance, and that definition is come from the Merriam-Webster. The next definition is literature is a group of works of art made of words. Most are written, but some are passed on by word of mouth. This definition is from the Encyclopedia. And the next definition is literature are written works, especially those considered of superior lasting merit. This is from the Wikipedia. Now let's go to the two main genres of literature. Genre means type, or in other words, it is called type. The first main genre of literature is fiction, and the other one is non-fiction. What is fiction? These are written stories about people and events that are not real. A type of literature that tells stories which are imagined by the writer. So what are non-fictions? Non-fictions are all writing that is about facts and real events. So these are factuals and which is really existed that is true to our life. Then what are the types of fiction? There are several types of fiction, and these are the following: the drama, the poetry, the fantasy, the fable, the fairy tales, short story, folklore, horror, and legend. Now let's talk about drama. What is a drama? A drama is a genre of literature that subject for compositions is dramatic art in the way it is presented. When we talk about drama, it is more on acting, playing, and a way of expressing to our emotions. The next type is the poetry. Poetry is a verse and rhythmic writing with imagery that evokes an emotional response from the reader. One of the most Filipino popular poetry writer is Dr. Jose P. Rizal, and one of his famous works is the Mi Ultimo Adios. The next is the fantasy. It is the forming of mental images with strange or otherworldly settings or characters. And one of the famous fantasy of all time is the Harry Potter. The next is the fable. It is a story about animals which is intended to teach a lesson. Fable, all the characters here are usually animals. Example of these are the monkey and the crocodile and the three little pigs. Fairy tales. It is a story of wonder tales or a kind of folk tale and fable. What we have here are the Disney princesses. As what you can see, we have the Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Belle, the Little Mermaid, and more. So these fairy tales are more on magical. The next is folklore. These are songs, stories, myths, and proverbs that was handed and down by mouth. As like our ancestors before, we have a lot of stories from them. Example of these are the legend of the guava. Short story. Short story is a fiction of such briefness that is not able to support any subplots. A short story is just a short story that can be read in just one setting. And one of the famous writer of short stories is O. Henry, the one who wrote The Last Leaf. Next is horror. Horror. It is an overwhelming, tragic, and painful ending. Usually, horror movie or stories are aims to scare us or to frighten us. And one of the famous horror stories is the Annabelle. The next is the legend. It is a story about national or folk hero which include an imaginative materials. Example of this is the legend of the guava. Let's go to the types of non-fiction. Essay, biography, speech, and the autobiography. These four are types of nonfiction. So these four are true to life. They are factual. Okay. So next, what is essay? Essay are literary compositions that usually reflect the author's outlook or point. Usually, essay are more on the personal perspective, personal idea, point of view of the person who trying to write or any topic that he or she wants to convey a message. Example of this is this I have here the essay about fear. Rather, I will read this portion of this. Fear is the most elegant weapon. Your hands are never messy. Threatening bodily harm is crude. Work instead on minds and beliefs. Play insecurities like a piano. Be creative in approach. Force anxiety to excruciating levels or gently undermine the public confidence. Panic drives human herds over cliffs. An alternative is terror-induced immunization. So this example is all about fear. So that the author here trying to say what he can say about fear. So that is essay. More on the compositor's outlook or viewpoint. Next is the biography. A biography is a written account of another person's life. It is a story of a factual of a person but written by the other person. For example, this is the one on the left side. It is called a biography of Santiago Calatrava Valls. This biography is not written by him, but by written by the other person. Biography, we will do some research for you to discover the factual information about a certain person, and that is biography. Next is the autobiography. An autobiography is a biography written by the person herself or himself, meaning that an autobiography is you write your own stories about your life, who you are, your identity, your identification, and an autobiography, auto means self, right? So you are writing the story of your life, which is factual and it is very true. The next is the speech. It is the faculty or power of speaking, oral communication, ability to express one's thoughts and emotions by speech, sounds, and gesture. So these ways are on how you are going to deliver your speech through writing, right? So example is of a speech is a persuasive speech. Actually, there are many types of speech. But I have here one is persuasive speech, all about conveying emotions. Thank you everyone. That's all about the literary genres of literature. Thank you for watching.